Good morning, everybody. Welcome here to the Power Arena for this game between the Sheffield Steelkings and the NEPIHL25. It's the Bison versus the Steelkings here at the Power Arena. I'm your host, Stephen Dowson, but you can call me Dows, and we'll bring you every minute of this game. The third game of the tournament, the second game for the Kings already. Victors in their earlier game against the Amsterdam Tigers, where they won by 8-0. The Bison's first game, they've had a chance to really rest up and enjoy the hotel room. So thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure calling these games already this morning, and I can't wait to bring you more action. The Kings will look to really set the tone, I think, in this game. Another win practically writes their name into later on semi-final. With Uvascular looking strong, there are plenty of good teams still to play. So the Bison will be wearing a white jersey with a black trim, black stripes down the centre. And the Kings are wearing their armour jersey. Now, I found the graffiti jersey very difficult to make out the numbers. This one is worse. It is dark grey on black. I will do my very best to identify players, but it may not be that easy. I will go through the starting lineups for both teams. Let's go for the Bisons first. They are coached by Francois Pierre. And in goal today is number 35, Olivier Batant. Number 8 is Enola Senchal. Number 9 is Roland Linier. Number 10 is Jeremy Letron. Number 11 is Cynthia Costa. Julien Caffo-Bouton is wearing number 14 today. David Costa is wearing 16. Pierre Kohler is their captain, wearing 18. 22 today is Cassandra Costa. Number 24 is Francois Pierre. Number 25 is Pierre Batali. Number 26 is Frederic Freicourt. Number 77 is Thibaut Montagenet. And number 94 is Thibaut Dry-Mendejan. So that is your Bisons today. The Sheffield Steelkings are coached by Jake Oley and Wayne Plummer. And in goal is number 8, Jonathan Gill. Number 15 is Rebecca Moore. 16 is Rachel Paget. 18, Daniel Clark. 21, Bill Hardy. 28, Ben O'Brien. 33, Paul Brown. 34, John Oakley. 41, Jake Oakley. 75 is Russ Clark. 80, Gaz Lawton. 83, Barry Grayson. 86, Dean Rose. And 87 is Lucas Thomas. The Steelkings enjoyed their victory over the Amsterdam Tigers. Paul Brown, number 33, getting 2 goals and 2 assists. John Oakley getting man of the match for his 2 superb assists in that game as well. But Jake Oakley, Rebecca Moore, Daniel Clark, Bill Hardy and John all getting on the score sheet in that game. Bison yet to play, so this will be their first test. But they've brought a healthy squad over. And no matter where in the world you are joining us from today, don't be afraid to say hi in chat. We will be able to see your comments in YouTube. So if you have anything you want to say hi to or any shout-outs you want to make, don't be afraid to do that. This will be 2 20-minute periods of a rolling clock. We have a tight tournament schedule to stick to today, so we are having to be pretty strict with the timings for today. So 2 20-minute rolling clock periods as the Bisons and the Steelkings have 4 minutes left of their warm-up still to go. So we've already had a shout out. Kath Martin says, "Go Dad!" John Oakley, brother Jake, and sister-in-law Rachel Paget also playing in this game. It's a bit of a family affair in the Steelkings. Husband and wife, and father-in-law. We've all had pretty good games so far, has to be said. Amsterdam struggled to match the pace of the Steelkings today. Will that be same for Les BISONS as they are ready to go? By the way, that'll be probably the last chance I have a go at saying it properly in French. It might just be Bisons from here on out. Apologies to anybody listening abroad. But at the very least, bonjour. And welcome. My name is Douse. I'm your host for today's game. And in 2 minutes' time, we will be facing off between these two teams. Unlike the Steelkings, the Bison have worn a more traditional hockey jersey, which means reading their numbers and names up here will not be too bad. But I simply cannot tell you how impossible it is to read the names and numbers on the back of the Steelkings armoured jerseys. Now, I like them. I do like what they've gone for. But it is a nightmare. And it might be worse than their graffiti jersey that they wore earlier. From a design point of view, very good. There's lots of loud noise here, lots of drumming, lots of excitement. People are getting excited. They feel like this is a big game. Uvescula looked very good in their game, so already there are teams to beat and teams to worry about. We've yet to see Antwerp. We've yet to see the Bison. So this will be exciting to see the Bison in play, but the Kings will feel good. They had a very good opening game. To the point where I really felt like they took their foot off the gas in the second period and just focused on resting up and looking after themselves. If you're in Sheffield today and have nothing to do, I highly recommend coming down to the Bauer Arena to see these games. There's a good crowd in today. It's getting bigger and bigger as the day goes on, as people finish having their lunch or even start having their lunch. It's only 11 a.m. Some of us have been here since 6. Good morning. So a few seconds, you will hear the hooter, and we'll get ready to go between the Steelkings and the Bison. So that is warm-up done. Teams are getting ready to go. Nous sommes les Bisons versus the Sheffield Steelkings. Gianluca Calderola is watching from Canada. I've also been told that the Garden Island Pirates, so Belle, Cliff, Leanne, Brian, and Tyson are all watching from Perth today. We've got people watching in Canada, people watching in Perth, and people right here in Sheffield watching the game live. A global event here for the Northwestern European Ice Hockey League. Teams in the huddles. If you've never seen para ice hockey before, it's very similar to ice hockey. One of the biggest things you'll notice is the players do not go onto the bench. They sit on the sides, just for ease of access and ability to make quick line changes. If the puck goes anywhere near them, they do their best to get out of the way. So the Steelkings in their tournament armour, the dark grey on your screens, and it is that dark on your screen as it is in real life. I will get over it. And hello to Arnold de Ruyter from the Netherlands. How could we forget the Dutch? So Tereman Jan for the Bison wins the face-off The Bison take it with them, and off they go. And the Steelkings move forward with Daniel Clark. Oh, big hit straight away. Big old hit that. I think that was Oakley. And Paget now coming in. She'll take a knock from Costa. And this game's got a bit of venom about it already. Probably the biggest hit of the tournament so far. As it goes into the benches, they'll try and get out their way. The Bison players have to be careful not to touch it because that would be a too many men on the ice penalty. And here come the Bisons. Unfortunately, the number of that player doesn't match with the number I have written down here, so I'll have to use my social deduction skills to try and figure out who it is. But here comes the Steelkings. A chance out in front. Shot. Big save. Vatant. Paul Brown threw on net, and Vatant got the pads down and made a big save. Bit of energy to this game already as Costa will pick it up. The assistant captain is in a foot race against Plummer, but Plummer gets there first. Paget. Clark. Plummer again. Moving in. Bison just having to endure a bit of possession here, but that's a good turn by Fricourt. I'm going to make a call. Looks like that's Fricourt wearing 26 rather than 46 as advertised. Brown with a shot. Batant again with a big save, and Batant gets a stick out. And the Kings still have possession of the puck, but it just gets away from them here, and it's all happening on one end of the ice. The Bison will attempt to move. Shot blocked again. The Bison are getting bodies in the way and calmly try and clear it. And there's a sled race here, and Fricourt moves forward. Gets checked off the puck by Brown. And I can safely tell you this is the game of the tournament so far. Lots of end-to-end action. Plummer put into the boards by Pierre. Ben O'Brien is dispossessed, and this puck will go all the way down. Icing has been waved off. So the Steelkings will have to pick it up, but they'll be chased down by Pierre. Patient play by the Kings. Good give and go, that. And that pass is very well weighted, and it's another movement here as O'Brien tries to get on the end of it. He does. Paget's waiting. She picks it up. Good movement by Latrobe, though, just to mess up the flow. And out it goes. And the Steelkings just calm it down a bit on the blue line. Here is Grayson. It looks like Fricourt again. Moving the puck nicely. My apologies, there's Fricourt. So the Bison come forward again. And it's calmly dealt with by Russ Clark, who picks up the puck. Clark, number 75, shoots, gets a deflection in front. Puck is behind Batant's net, and there'll be a moment here for the Steelkings. There's a big check. Puck is still live, they just don't know where it is. And there's lots of toing and froing, and Batant's desperately trying to get the puck free. Steelkings and Bison, and the referee has seen enough and blows it dead. And we will have a face-off. Big, big start to this game. So a line change for the Bison, and they'll bring on some more of their squad. Latrobe comes out there, and Montager, actually Derry Dijon seems to be the player winning the face-off for the Bison. The Steel Kings keep it in now. And chuck the puck in. Behind the net it goes. And well marshalled is Bill Hardy. Chance now for Oakley. Oakley shot. Batant doesn't know where it is, and he's put his paw on it. And that will be a face-off. The Steel Kings will have enjoyed how they've played so far. They've kept the Bison in one end of the ice. 5 minutes and 30 seconds in. Oakley wins the face-off. And put behind the net it goes. Hardy. Shot comes in, goes behind again, but there's Hardy with the puck. He's got Oakley. Takes a touch or two. He's got support. I think this is Brown with a shot. Big save again for Tant. Paul Brown with the blue line shot and another save from the netminder. Number 35 keeping the Bison in this game. Oakley going in for the face-off. And away we go. Ooh, big check into the players there. Latrobe is in the middle of all of that. And that looks like Clark playing it back to Hardy. To Oakley. To Hardy. Blocks, goes behind. Brown will try and keep the puck alive. Doesn't do so. That's icing. So everybody will have to... Sorry, offside. So everybody will have to come out. And they'll also go for a line change here, the Kings. A couple of their players changing. Not the cleanest line change you'll see, but Oakley's done well to keep the puck at the right end of the ice. Chance for the Kings here. Onto the left-hand side. Right hand into left hand. And the Bison again have done very well just to disrupt the play of the Kings. Latrobe, though, has a chance to break away. Going behind the sled. It's a good check and a dump and chase now ensues as Oakley picks it up, looks up, tries to find a King he can pass to. Doesn't have any good options, so just dumps it off the boards. This is going to test Batant a little bit, who keeps the puck alive as it's blown dead. But the clock will keep on ticking. 2 periods of 20 minutes rolling clock. In a very, very interesting game of hockey so far. The Kings will feel like they've had the majority of the chances, but the Bison have done very well to keep them honest. Puck drop, and the referee wasn't particularly happy with everybody's positioning, so we'll do it all again. Thomas and Colo deemed to be in positions they really shouldn't have been. And the puck is dropped again, and the Steel Kings will come away with it. Done very well, but there's not a defenseman there to feed it back to. So the Bison will, or Dairy Mijan will attempt to clear it. Pierre, and out it goes. Paget will go sliding. Oh, but there is pace here. Paget's in a little bit of trouble. Calmly dealt with by Rachel Paget. Very, very well done. I think that was Bataille on her tail. Paget again picks it up. Just playing a bit of dump and chase now, the Steel Kings. They've had a lively opening 9 minutes, but the Bison may have weathered the storm a little bit. Free call. Oh, good move here by the Kings, but again, it's broken up by Pierre. The Bison are doing very well just to be in the right places at the right time. Francois, Pierre. Calling for it was Dremagen. And to the family of Sybil. I do apologise, but here come the Steelkings again. Chance for the Kings out in front. Shot! Scores! Daniel Clark out in front. Gets the first goal for the Steelkings. You have to say it's been coming. But that still took a lot of patience and a lot of time. He just found himself at the right spot. And it's a tidy finish for the Kings. An unassisted goal then. And that feels huge, doesn't it? That first goal for the Kings. It had been coming. And here comes Plummer. Oh, nicely taken away, Plummer. Just using the edge of his sled and puts in a shot, and Vatant is equal to it. Lots of excitement in the chat as the Steel Kings take the opening lead. Gives me a chance to again say welcome to the Garden Island Pirates in Perth, in Australia. That's Belle, Cliff, Liam, Brian and Tyson all watching today's game. Lawton. Just speculative, and Vatant had to keep an eye on it. And does so. Stick taps all around from the Kings. They don't mind putting pressure on the netminder. And you have to say, with a rolling clock, this is a good use of keeping the Bison in their own zone. And face-off wins have been very good so far for the Steel Kings. Clark. Give and go to Plummer. Plummer will have a shot. Goes wide. And Brown will go and pick it up. Chance now. The Bison seem a little bit out of sorts now from a shape-wise. They've just lost it a little bit. But here comes the Bison. Oh, not able to get it past two players. And there's an opportunity here. There's a sled race. And it's well won, really, you have to say. Seneschal did very well just to put their body in the way. I've been told that Stevie's also joining them down in Perth. Sorry, Stevie, you were left off the list that was given to me. Blame Lee. Okay. So the puck gets into the neutral zone. The Steel Kings look for an option to pass forward through Hardy. Costa loses out. And Hardy with a chance now. He's got time, patience. Shot comes in. It's actually blocked in front. Using the body there is Frico. And Leanne, never say it's your fault when we have a perfectly good DJ here to abuse. So just being told in my ear that number 46 is actually Roland Linier. Shot! Goal! Oh, it's there again for the Kings! An absolute bullet from the Steel Kings. It's Bill Hardy with the shot and the goal. It's a cracking little finish. 2-0 Steel Kings. They'll be very pleased they've been able to convert this level of activity in a goal. And that's a great start for the hosts. And the whoops come again. So, assists go to Rebecca Moore, number 15. A second assist goes to number 16, Rachel Padgett. So, good goals all round for those teams. That's David Clark's second goal of the tournament. And it's also Bill Hardy's second goal. Steel Kings keeping the Bison in one end of the zone, but they need to find their way out, and they do so now. The Bison moving forward. Puck goes deep behind Pierre and behind Vatant, but we keep skating on. 4.5 minutes left in this period. You're joining us live on YouTube at the Northwestern European Para Ice Hockey Tournament. Oh, big hit on Pierre Rowland. Lost the blade, which is going to have to go fetch. Pierre. Gretzky Hampus, which is a great name, is watching from Sweden. And who also knew that number 46 was actually Rowland, but we beat you to it. So we have viewers in Australia, Canada, Sweden, and Holland. And we have a sledge race again, and it's Roland Linier. Oh, that's a big hit in the open ice. You do love to see it with Russ Clark. Pierre, there's been a bit of bite to this game, which has been missing from the opening game so far. And a speculative effort, you have to say, from Colette, looking for the goalie to put a mitt on it, which will give them an offensive face-off opportunity. The crowd starting to build here now. We are expecting a few more. And Kaff says, don't tell my boss I'm watching at work, and don't say it out loud so he'll hear. Oh no! I've ruined it for literally everybody. Roland Linier, who's got some pace on them, the way they are able to move the sled. Jake Oakley now, and it's a 2-on-2 here. And good passing and moving, and just losing out there. Now, we're looking at a penalty, are we? Or offside? We'll just have a look at this. I think offside's been given. I didn't think it was a particularly bad hit. I thought it was a good, clean hit on Brown. Just took him a moment to get up. He's having words. I think those words are ow and oof. Rusty the mascot, just at the back there, you can see waving the Steel Kings flag. He's been a busy boy today. And Oakley, John Oakley. Oh, wow, that puck went below the chest of Gill and just came off his pads. No harm, no foul, I guess, but oof, that was nervous stuff. And here goes Sentinel. Bison there trying to build some offense, and they're in the right part of the ice. Oh, but it's Jake Oakley one-on-one here. It's Oakley versus Vatant. He picks up the puck well. He pushes it forward. Oakley versus Vatant. Oakley scores! The captain, the coach, gets his goal. He makes it 3-1 to the Kings. And just as the Bison were trying to get back on offense, they left themselves vulnerable on defense. Steel Kings 3, Bison 0. And you have to say, in a sled race, you liked his chances. A lot of pace on Jake Oakley, but don't tell him I said something nice about it. Russ Clark. Oh, now chance now for the Bison. This is good stuff. One goal could change the complexion. We only have 30 seconds left in this period. Rolling clock, remember, so they'll have to be quick, the Bison. Chance out in front. Can they settle it down with a throw? Just puts it in the mixer, and it goes into the corner. Enola Sessional has it. Chance in front. Deflection. 10 seconds left, and the Kings will be happy to see this away because that's as good as an icing, which is as good as the end of the period. An exciting first period. Steel Kings 3, Bison 0. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes in what has been an entertaining game of para ice hockey. So welcome back. We are about to get underway. 45 seconds left on the hooter before we start the second period. Thanks everybody for your kind words about the commentary. You have all been given your £5 via PayPal. That's my way of saying thanks for the bribe. We've got plenty of games for you today. Lots and lots of hockey for you. If you're struggling for something to do, then right after this game, there is a great game between Uvescula Sisu versus the Antwerp Phantom. Sisu looked in great nick before, so that should be very entertaining to watch. Bisons v Tigers later on at 1:30 local time, and then we finish the preliminaries between the Phantoms and the Lime Kings. Face-off about to get underway here. As the bell rings, we are ready to go. And eventually it is a win for the Steelkings. And we're really hope you're enjoying the stream, and we're grateful for all the positive feedback. As here comes the Bisons, there's a chance now. Oh, Guild just tried to cheat a little bit by moving themselves towards Roland, and Thibault saw an opportunity to give it a go. Could have been a very cheeky go. Oh, but here we go again. The Steel Kings have found themselves in some time. Have they got the pace, though? There's some real hard work by Sessional coming in. Big save. Oh, off the post. Off the pads. Off the post. And the Steel Kings can't make it 4. But you have to give it to Enola Sessional. They're lying prone on the ground right now. But what an effort. What an effort to close down. I think that was Hardy. We'll have a look. But it was a breakaway, and it was some effort to come and close down on the breakaway. Coach is indicating maybe a shoulder issue. So Enola did take that board quite quickly. The clock has been stopped, so we are on 1 minute and 7 seconds. And Enola just being helped onto her sled. And, I'm too far away to lip read, and my French isn't that good anyway. But ow might be the overwhelming feeling right now. Enola is moving about. They're just trying to slowly help them off the ice. Stick taps all round. It's a painful sport, isn't it? You know, it hurts when you get hit. It hurts when you hit the boards, and it really hurts when you're giving it everything to make a play. And they really did. You have to say that Enola's just chasing down there. Vatant did well, got the pad on it, off the post, but Enola's pressure just did enough to make it incredibly hard for Ben O'Brien, I think, to take the shot. She's being looked at now, and I think she is going to be coming off Enola. So that shoulder can be looked at. The referees are happy. There's a little bit of rugby union and league here in that we don't have to wait entirely for the player to leave the ice to start, but due to the fact the clock stopped, we've decided to do so. And Enola hoists herself out of the sled and will receive treatment. So, 1 minute and 7 seconds gone into the second period. And stick taps all around for the hustle there. Coach will have a think about how that affects their line changes and the way they're set up. But we are ready to go here. And face-off underway. The Kings have a chance to move it around. Often you find when teams lose a player to injury after a good play, they find a bit of a second wind, as here comes Roland Linier, probably one of the faster players I've seen. It looked like a hint of offside, but what do I know? I'm not a zebra. Never have been. My eyesight's too good. O'Brien. Moore. Oh, big hit. Bisons are into this now. They're looking to win the period at the very least. I think it is a lot. And just to echo what Leanne says, I think it does catch people out, just how physical it is. But para sports in general and pageant has been caught out there. Linier is trying to make it happen, but it's not working out for them. Chance for the Kings as they come through. It's one-on-one. Batan stacks the pads and blocks the door. As you know, in most para sports, full contact means full contact. Wheelchair rugby being a really good example, of course, para ice hockey. Roland Linier. Been the bright spot for Bison when they've gone forward. Chance now takes a deflection and just goes wide. Ooh, from this angle, it looked like it may have just been tipped in. Moore looking up and finding a king in Plummer, who's well tracked down by Pierre. A bit of toing and throwing, and nobody there to pick up the loose puck. Comes back to Hardy. Paget. Kings try and move the puck on. The drums get louder and louder as the Kings come forward. Not the place for a hangover this morning, I can tell you that for nothing. Chance now for Alvin Linier. Just looking for a line change, though. Not able to capitalise. So a King loses an edge there, and it could be an opportunity for Littrow. But the Steel Kings come away, and you just get the feeling the Steel Kings are fairly happy with where they are in terms of the goals they've scored, and I think they'll be happy just to sit on this for a little bit. Whether that's the right move, we'll soon find out. But the Bisons have been, as they have been, very physical in this game, playing incredibly hard hockey. It's been great to watch. Into the corners the Kings go. Options out in front. Bit of a heavy touch leaves it for the Kings to move it along. Trying to move it around. They go back to Daniel Clark. I hope that's Daniel Clark. It's so difficult to read the numbers from all the way over here in the media box. If you've ever been to Sheffield, you'll know my pain. And Vatan couldn't find a good option, so decided to put the mitt on it. 5 minutes gone in the second period, 15 minutes left. You can't see this off camera, but Jonathan Gill is taking part in the wave. As am I now. The Steel Kings win the face-off, but the Bison come out on top. Chance now, and it's a sled race again. And there's a lot. Francois Pierre is trying to get a handle on it, but it's calmly dealt with by Paul Brown. Chance now for the Kings, and it's offside. My apologies, it's icing. The second half of Zorba plays loud in the Bauer Arena. Some people dancing harder than others. Vatan has come quite far out of their crease here, just to keep an eye on things. And a bit of a battle in the O zone. And eventually the Kings just dump it behind the net, and Gill will keep it moving, and I don't think that was agreed by all concerned. Brown and Gill just having a bit of a conversation afterwards to say, just freeze it next time. So face-up coming in, Jake Oakley with the orange cap, which makes my job a little bit easier as the puck drops. And then Thibaut Montagenet tries their best to harass and harangue the puck. Picot. Oakley. Kohler, the captain. And Oakley will go behind the office and pick up the puck. Keeps the puck very tight. Good turning circle there, and there's a chance here for the Kings. Just slightly falling out of the waiting blades of Lucas Thomas, who puts it behind the net. And around it goes, and the bag of speed that is Jake Oakley misses everybody but gets a good check-in. Thomas going into the corner, but it'll be picked up by David Costa. Kings with the puck again. Oakley will go chasing. Oakley's had a heck of a game so far. His dad got man of the match in the last game. Maybe that's upset him. But he's putting on some effort in the sled today. Chance out here for Brown. Takes a touch. Has a look. It goes through a lot of bodies but doesn't beat the first man. And the puck is just scrambled out by the Bison. But the Steel Kings are coming again. And you do get the feeling a fourth goal would put this game out of reach. Oakley drop pass. Moving it around to Lawton, and it's cleared by the Bison. Tired arms. Jake Oakley, who's never missed arm day in his life. Moves forward, and that's icing. Just drifting offside was John Oakley. And the time ticking away, 11 minutes left in the second period. The time for a Bison comeback getting harder and harder to see. And the puck has moved around, and the Bison will clear it. Linier has not realised it's there, but they've picked it up now. Look at the pace here by Roland Linier. They have support. There's people on ice. Shot comes in. It's behind him. He doesn't know. It has it crossed the line. The light has come on. No goal. It's been waved off. Waved off. Nobody went hunting because the light came on. So the puck is free. There's a scramble. And now the whistle is blown. Well, the puck went behind Gill. It stood there, it looked, and everybody decided to have a good look at it. The Bison were sure they'd scored. The light went on, the hooter went off. But the referee, who had the best look at it, said no goal to the Bisons. But it just shows you the potential. It just shows you there is life still left in the Bisons. Never seen that before. Players just looking at the puck, expecting it to move, but it was rooted on the line and didn't cross. Referee takes a puck to the mouth for his troubles. Steel Kings move away, but again, what the Bison have been good at is disrupting the play of the Steel Kings. Made it very difficult for them to move easily. They had the run of the place against the Amsterdam Tigers. That hasn't been the case today. They've had to work very hard for the goals they've got. Freecourt's done well there. Just leaving the puck for Roland Linier, who, when they get to top speed, will be very hard. Oh, that's a clip. Yes, there's a conversation happening, and this will be controversial if it's a goal. And Batant gets a good save. There might be a small conversation as to whether that was interference, but not given. 8 minutes still to play in this game. Thank you for joining us here at the Bauer Arena for the Northwest Europe Para Ice Hockey League 2025 here in Sheffield. Team here. Oh, great block. Wonderful work by the Bison, who are working so hard to keep the game close, to keep it honest. They are just one goal for making this interesting. And here comes Roland Linier. They've got a chance now. It's pure pace. They've got all kinds of time. It's Linear versus Gill goes round. Oh, what a tap! A huge stick by Jonathan Gill denies the Bisons what would have been a certain goal. Oh, and there's a chance now the other way. I'm proud to say, however, Enola Sessional's back and she's already making big plays and a big hit. Considering she's had a shoulder injury, to make a hit like that, what guts. Hockey players are built different. How big an opportunity would have that been with 7 minutes remaining? But Jonathan Gill getting the stick down, getting the poke check, doing just enough. Folks, if you've been watching the games all day today, this is our third game today, but this has been a brilliant game of hockey to watch. And Paget just dropping the pass and trying to clear it, and the Steelkings will know they've worked today at the end of this 20 minutes. This does book them into the semi-final, a win here. The others will have to find wins elsewhere. Plummer loses an edge, but does very well to clear. Sentinel checks again. No fear. Costa. A little bit of time. We'll just dump the puck for others to chase. Five and a half minutes remaining. Steelkings 3, Bison 0. That's good work, that, by Brown. Brown, a skilled player. All alone. We'll have to drop it off. Give and go. Very nice. Plummer with the shots. Big save by Vatan. Oh, I tell you something, hasn't. No. Oh, here we go. We're back. So we are back. Sorry about that, folks. We were let down a little bit by Ice Sheffield's Wi-Fi. We apologise that we lost the last end of that game. The game finished 4-0. And apologies that we lost the end of the game. I'll bring you the man of the match, and you have our apologies. We are having stern words with the local management. Most of them begin with the word F.